Alright, Ibom lose the monzo, Ekenekwa Munozo, Otutoma Nehomabudoma, depending on your time zone and your location. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu'S court hearing for today has actually come to an end. So, and I'm here to give you guys the outcome, the recap of what actually transpired during the session in court today between Mazi Nnamdi Kanu'S side and Justice James Omotosho, the ruling and what actually happened throughout the sitting for today. Do not forget that about the 8th day, the particular day Omotosho Shinogenye hearing for the motion Mazi Nnamdi Kanu filed for him to be transferred from Sokoto State to somewhere around Abuja, Ebe Ogaderia easy and more convenient to actually pursue his appeal process. And then I saw this update from Prince Kanu some hours ago after the court sitting. In here from the screen, the update says Justice James K. Omotosho insisted that parties involved in this case must be put on notice, thereby adjourning the case until the 27th of January 2026. So that Omotosho adjourned this case, imagine the distance, to January 27th, 2026. So if I put the new date, I can make another sitting for this case. Meanwhile, I also saw the same update from Sahara Reporters. The update says, the update says, court adjourns hearing on Nnamdi Kanu'S request for transfer from Sokoto prison. Court adjourned the case. They did not refuse. And then, coming to Vanguard, I saw this update 10 minutes ago from Vanguard News, and the update says, court refuses Nnamdi Kanu'S motion for transfer from Sokoto Correctional Center. Court refuses. Oduke with any conclusion on the court hearing today? Vanguard said that court refused. Sahara Reporters told us that the case was adjourned. And then, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu'S younger brother, Prince Kanu, said that the case was also adjourned. On 27, but the new date that the case was adjourned to. I'm not sure if the case was refused or if it was quashed or if it was actually, not attended to. So the update from Prince Kanu said it was adjourned to 27. So, and saying that Omotosho insisted that the parties involved in this case must be put on notice. So that the people who will be involved in this particular case now getting her notice. So, and this adjournment is the time for them to give them notice. I think that is what this update is trying to say. So this is what actually transpired in court today. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu'S motion will be heard on the 27th of January 2026. That is next year. So, and with the way the thing is going now, anyways, we don't have anything to say now because I'm going to watch me in a court today because the case was adjourned to 27. Meanwhile, I will play you guys a video that is making the headlines now on social media. A video from Oji Kalu. He has been making series of videos. I also saw a recent update where he said Ojukwu told him that the second struggle for Biafra is not necessary. I brought that particular video can actually play room, but as a video, I think yesterday or day before yesterday, this video make with the social media headlines where he made a whole lot of statements concerning IPOP, concerning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, concerning a whole lot of things. I also saw another one where something was like stop asking for Kanu's release. Because it's because of this same Kanu that a whole lot of people was unalive or were unalived in the southeast. We'll listen from Oji Kalu. Can you refocus on that particular video? I don't want to say much. Meanwhile, watch the video. Share me your thoughts and your opinion. And that is what exactly we are doing. So watch the video, share your thoughts and your opinions on the comment section. To side the video, can always right for you. Enjoy the rest of the videos. I will be right back.
Me, I want to be in Nigeria. I think these kids should take Nigeria serious and take Igbo people serious. They should stop doing these things they are doing. We should be tired of this faction. We should think on how to move forward, how to use political solution to sort out the Igbos in what we belong to in Nigeria. They think on how to make peace. They think on how to bring out Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They should think about tomorrow and think about people that lost their lives and families that they lost their lives. Those families are not happy, but they don't want to talk.
Well, Senator, a few days ago, or let me say more than a week ago, you were quoted as saying, look, IPOP, ESN, have both been responsible for the killing of over 30,000 persons in the southeast, disrupting the people's livelihood, and that people should just moderate their anger or their, reactions to the life sentence passed on Mazi Nnamdi Kalu by the Abuja Federal High Court. And now, IPOP, speaking through Comrade Emma Powerful, issued a statement, I think in the last 24 hours, saying that one, you will have to name those 30,000 persons that were killed and who killed them, because IPOB is not a violent group. IPOB has not killed anybody, and that in fact you are one of the sponsors of violence in the southeast, a Biafra group and another group, and that when you were governor, in fact you encourage criminal elements along the Aba-Port Harcourt highway, and so you have no moral right, and I'm waiting for you to either name who killed who, or you retract your statement, or you apologize. Which of these options do you want to take? Because Emma Powerful makes it look like it's an ultimatum. Either you apologize, or you retract, or you provide evidence of who killed who in the Southeast, when he accuses you too of being behind the crisis in the Southeast. I'm sure you have seen this statement. What do you have to say in reaction?
Thank you, Thank you, Ruben. I mean, this is a childish reaction. My statement was very clear on what I said. I said there are over 30,000 Igbos that have lost their life in process of sit at home, do this, do that in the Southeast. Businesses were stopped. People in Ihiala and along those areas, and people in Olo and part of all the Southeast cannot go to their homes. And that is, I'm a commercial man, I'm an entrepreneur. I don't want, if any man powerful is talking to you and issue statement, you should come on the television the way I have come to address you, that is a man powerful with clear identity of who he is. So these Igbos should not be taken for a ride or for granted. I sympathize solely with the families of Nnamdi Kanu and what has happened to them. And I want the federal government and everybody to think on how they can resolve the matter. But also federal government and everybody should think on what happened to people that lost their businesses, people that lost their life, people that are brothers and sisters that have been killed, and all the rest of them is a statement of facts. I don't talk anyhow. When I was governor, Abia State was the safest state in that park. There was nothing like armed robbery. There was nothing like all this is happening today, because the place was properly policed. And what we did as government was very open. We did with the SSS, we did with the police, we did with all apparatus of the federal government. No. I established the Bakassi, yes, and the Bakassi was not for boyfriend or for girlfriend. It was purely to police and keep our place safe, and that was what I did, and I have no regret in doing it. If you give me opportunity again, I will be able to keep the place safe again. Dr. Pati. Okay,
but one of the claims is that you are one of the sponsors of a group called Autopilot, and also Biafra Restoration Group. And yet here you are saying...
I don't know anything. I've never had this name. I've never had any name like this, and I cannot sponsor anything. I was governor. I established the Bakassi, and the Bakassi was in charge. I think these kids should take Nigeria serious and take Igbo people serious. They should stop doing these things they are doing. We should be tired of this faction. We should think on how to move forward, how to use political solution to sort out the Igbos in what we belong to in Nigeria. Nobody takes the Igbos serious when it comes to this kind of things. These guys should stop this old-fashioned way of doing these things. I think they should now find a way on how they can put back Igbo in the map of Nigeria. Please, this is what I think. I don't want to, Dr. Kwati, to waste my time in answering frivolous questions with you. I thought you have invited me to your program to discuss things that are very visible. Not that I'm no history in the world have me as a leader of any other thing than being governor of Abia State.
Okay.
Those, if the my powerful is alive, he should come unto me with you in a program and tell me where I establish autopilot. What is called autopilot? I don't understand. I've never had that name before. That you are saying it today, and I want these boys to take serious their words and know that Igbo people have suffered a lot on what they are doing in Igbo land. It is not acceptable at all to anybody. Okay. Because this is old fashion of doing things. They think on how to make peace. They think on how to bring out Mazi Nnamdi Kanu'S. They should think about tomorrow and think about people that lost their lives and families that they lost their lives. Those families are not happy, but they don't want to talk.
Okay,
so they should think about these things. It's more important than any other thing.
Okay, Senator.
I want you next time you will invite me, bring that Emma Powerful, whatever he calls his name, let him sit line on line and explain to Nigerians what he meant by what he's saying, please.
Okay, Senator, okay. Let's look at the ideological underpinning of the protest, the struggle, and all of that. They are saying that they want the restoration of Biafra. They are saying that Nigeria is not offering Indigo what the people of the East deserve, and that it is better to separate from Nigeria. It wasn't this the same struggle about the civil war, you know, what General Dumegu Ojukwu fought for, the likes of General Effiong fought for, Christopher Okigbo, and many other Igbo people. So perhaps they think that you are less Igbo than they are. That's why you are criticizing them.
No. Dr. Akpati, I'm well-blooded Igbo. I was with Ojukwu in the late days of his life, and Mrs. Bianca Ojukwu can testify to this, that I've always been coming to the general, and the general was coming to Igbere in my village to stay 2-3 days, some weekends and all the rest of them. And Ojukwu told me that the first one was necessary, that the second one is no longer necessary. And even if these boys want Biafra, who are you going to rule when you kill all the Igbos? When you stop all Igbos of doing business? When on Mondays, if you see people going out for business, you start pursuing them and killing them? I mean, it is not rational. It is not just nice. I thought with what happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu'S, what these boys should come together in a table and say, how do we get peace to resolve this matter politically, and not still talking tough as they are trying to behave. And it's not rational at all for any right-thinking Igbo people who have lost family, who have lost businesses, who do not identify in anything Uli, Ihiala, all those areas. Nobody goes there. And part of Olo, where the governor of Imo State comes from, nobody goes there. So, and part of Southeast. So, I think even if they want Biafra, they should drop their arms and go with their flags and demand for what they want and negotiate for it. Talk for a referendum and all the rest of it. That is really what they want. Me, I want to be in Nigeria where justice and equity prevails. I want to see Nigeria where goodness and love prevails. This is what I would like to see.
Okay, Senator.
Even the man that fought for the world. Yes, go ahead.
No, after you, sir.
Yes, so even the man that fought the war, the wife is saying the same thing I'm saying. The Minister Bianca Ojukwu knows the thought of the husband. And nobody will believe on destruction of Igbo land. Enough is enough. Let us stop destroying ourselves. Let us stop destroying our properties. Let us stop destroying what we have. Look at, there's no more commerce in the entire Igbo land. How are we going to live? Things are difficult. Things are very bad for people living there. So So how are we going to live?
Okay.
These are the issues.
Okay, Senator.
I feel so sad that these boys at this time is still talking about this kind of behavior. I mean, I think there should be a change people to talk how we can negotiate with federal government to peaceful resolution of these issues.
Okay, Senator, one more issue for you to clarify before I move into issues of security, relationship with Cameroon and ambassadorial list and all of that. Is this. Your critics are saying that you are so supportive of President Tinubu because there is a battle in Abia State to see who is the biggest ally, the strongest ally of President Tinubu. And there is a competition between you, Honorable Benjamin Kalu, who is from Abia, who is Deputy Speaker, the Minister of Works, former Governor Dave Umahi, and then yourself. And that three of you are trying to outdo each other just to be in the good books of the president. Are you hustling, competing with these other two named personalities?
No. Even this day before yesterday, I spoke to, I texted with Governor Umahi, and even yesterday I spoke to Ben Kalu. There's nothing like that. There's no hustling for what? I'm a senator, and I don't even come from the same state with David Umahi. David Umahi is clearly my friend, and we have been friends in the business world before we came into politics. And I don't see anything that Ben Kalu, you are saying. Ben Kalu is like my younger brother. I put him in business, I put him in politics, so there's no competition whatsoever. There's no competition whatsoever. Nobody is competing with anybody, to the best of my opinion.